What is going on, everybody? Rod J back again. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. And today I'm going to take a look at one from the nation's oldest brewery. This is actually going to be a look at Yuengling and their traditional lager. One I've had many a time, but one I have never done a video review on, at least for this one. In fact, the only Yuengling beer I've done a review on here on the channel has been the Golden Pilsner. Don't know how that actually happened, so I'm going to be going through a few of the Yuengling beers to get those introduced here. Now, if you know about Yuengling, they are the oldest brewery here in America. They've also just been acquired under the Coors Miller brand that now they're going to be taking national, it looks like. So in the past, there were people that wanted to try Yuengling, were not able to do so. They are going to be taken, it looks like, to all the different states, as well as possibly even up into Canada, I believe. So kudos to them, I guess. I will say, from taking a look at the can here, two things that I did notice, and these were ones I picked up in other Jungle Gyms. One, they don't put the ABV on the can, which is a big no-no for me. I was like, how do you not put the ABV on the can? Because of my history with the beer, that was going to stop me from checking them out. But every brewery should have an ABV listed on the can. And the other thing, of course, they should have the date on the can. So there's no date on here. There is a code on the bottom, which some breweries will put codes on there, and you can actually check, I guess, on their sites or wherever to see how the beer, when the beer was done, so you can see how the code is actually broken down. Someone had asked me in one of the other videos, and maybe it's already mentioned, maybe it was like a Julian code. Don't really know, but in today's day and age, you should just have the date on there. Whether it's the date it was canned or bottled, or the best before date. I mean, it's just really that simple. It shouldn't be that hard for people to know about the beer. That being said, I went ahead and grabbed this one, and I grabbed a few of the other ones that you'll see in some upcoming videos at Jungle Gyms, and just figured I'd take a look at it, talk about it. It's been a while since I've had one of these, I believe. I think the last time I had a Yuengling might have been, as far as it being a traditional lager, when I was back on a visit to West Virginia a couple years ago at the hotel. I've had the Black and Tan since then, which is another one that I will be actually sharing here on the channel as well, as I picked one of those up. So something else to look forward to, which the Black and Tan is actually probably my favorite of their basic four, or whatever, I guess you could say, however you want to say their base models, their traditional, their flight, their light, and the Black and Tan you can kind of get in different spots now. The flight and the light will be a different story, so I'll cover that on those videos. But here you can see the nice amber color on the beer. We get a head that sits just off white there with some suds action. It's going to actually break down rather quickly here, so we're going to go ahead and drop that off. But he does some nice carbonation and clarity to the beer, as well as you can see some of the bubble action taking place. Note-wise, you do get a amount of the yeast coming out on the nose. You get some earthiness in there. What I would consider kind of being a little bit of that funkiness that you get with some of the lagers, which is really the yeast and the esters coming out of the beer. Kind of like that barnyard type feel I always describe. And it almost just has a nice little aroma to it. So that's the smell on the nose. Taste-wise, you do get a nice crisp feel of the beer. It opens up nicely in the mouth. You get a little bit of a sense of herbal. You get a sense of earthiness, a little bit of a floral action taking place. Actually gets around the mouth a little bit more than some of the other lager type beers. You can feel a nice after finish of the beer after you swallow. You still have that nice feel in the cheek area. As I'm talking, I still have the nice feel of the hops that were used here. Not overly hoppy, obviously, because in this type of style, you're going to be more malt forward. You do have that sweetness from the malts, but you have a little bit of that hoppy earthiness still in play, that you can kind of get that nicely balanced against the sweetness of the malts. You get a nice sting on the tongue from the carbonation. Not overly carbonated, but a nice feel to it. It's got a nice refreshing quality, nice clean and crisp quality to the beer. Overall, it is a nicely put together lager. I will say of the lagers that are kind of the American lager, amber type lager type situation, of those styles, Yuengling is probably the one that is my favorite out of the ones I've had from different breweries. It's not, like I said, the thing that gets me on some of the other ones is that over sweetness of it. This one is a nice balance where it's not done that way. You have it there for a tad, but you also have, again, that balance between the malts and the hops that are used, and it just leaves a nice little refreshing, crisp quality to it. Again, Yuengling traditional lager. If you've had this, let me know what you think of it by leaving a comment below. If this is something you've enjoyed or you still do enjoy, or maybe you don't enjoy, whatever it may be, let me know by leaving a comment on how you feel about it. And if you haven't had it and you've heard about it, is this one of the beers that you're looking forward to trying? Let me know by leaving a comment on that as well. And then thanks again for swinging by to check out another video. I will look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers, and remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.